when we chart a new course, we have a direction, and we can be able to beat our chest and say we have really delivered. And that is the task ahead.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Ojo. Congratulations for your new office, and we believe that it's going to be a very smooth one. Thank you very much, the African Portal. We congratulate you, and we believe this is the beginning of beginning. Congratulations once again. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much for you guys standing by us. We appreciate it.
Everyone, thank you very much. That is the chairman of the APC Mpumalanga, and he's telling us that the job has started and is ready for action, and we look forward to it. We need to cooperate, we need to support, and we need to be part of this. Those of you on this fence, come out of the fence. Let's do it together. Together we can build a better community, especially in Nigeria, in South Africa. Thank you, and God bless you. All right, everyone, we are still here in Umumbela. This is Nesprit in Mpumalanga at the inauguration of the APC Pumalanga. We really appreciate for those of you connecting. Thank you so much for connecting. For those of you that you are just coming in, kindly share this program. The more you share it, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. Is 5 o'clock in South Africa. So if you are connecting with us, you know this is a weekly program that used to come to your way, sponsor and also putting together by Dr. Ojo, Dr. Ademola Tosin Ojo. That is the chairman Mpumalanga, APC Mpumalanga. We put this together to also sensitize our community, to also help your health, and also to talk about what you need to do, especially to live in a healthy life. And that is exactly what will be gaining momentum right here on the African Portal. So if you're connected with us, kindly share this program, let it go viral. The more you share it, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. Right here, we're going to be having Dr. Ojo that will be joining us to do justice to some of the questions and also enlighten you. This is a sensational program to sensitize our community about your health, how you can look after yourself. And we have a special topic that we'll be talking about today. Dr. Ojo is also one of the vibrant doctors in South Africa that is doing so well, a gynecologist and also a very great leader of our time. So that is why he's on the spotlight right here on the African Portal Radio that we're going to be having the conversation together. Please, if you are connecting, kindly share, like, love this program. Make sure that you share it and you tell somebody about it. Let's do it together. Together we can make this possible. And to everyone watching us across Africa and also the rest part of the world, I greet you. Good afternoon if you're in afternoon time. I greet you according to your time zone, and I greet you according to your language. In South Africa, Dumela, Ashe, Muloini, and in other part of Africa, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi babarakatuh to everyone. No matter where you are within Africa, Abarisa Muchana to everyone in the East Africa. And I greet you in northern part of Nigeria. I greet you in East, West, South, northern part of Africa. I greet you. And across the globe, hello. Bonjour, Dumela, and thank you, everyone. Obrigado to those of you that you are connecting to us in Portuguese-speaking countries. Thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. It's going to be a beautiful, lovely time. The African Portal, the home for all, and where everyone have a say. That is where we are right now, and that is where those programs will be coming up to your way. So if you are coming across this program now or later, share, like, comment, let it go viral. The more you share it, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. So join me to welcome our guests into this podium tonight. Let's join Dr. Ademola Tosin Ojo, DATO, to also do justice to some of the questions that we have. Today we'll be talking about the hypertension, and that is one of the sickness that kills a lot of people, especially in Africa, the stress and all that. These are the things that we are going to be talking about, and he's a professional in this field is going to enlighten us about it and also telling us what you need to do to make sure that you don't forfeit him or being killed by this sickness. So join me to welcome Dr. Ojo to this program this hour. Dr. Ojo, it's a pleasure having you back again this week. I really appreciate your commitment. You put this together, and not because of anything but to sensitize the community and also to make sure that we have a healthy community. Our people live a good life and also have a good health with themselves. So that is why you are here. And you actually let us know that one thing that you believe in is to have a community free of sickness and also where people live in a healthy life. Okay, so let's get to the business of today. I really appreciate you joining us once again. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm good. And you?
We're
Good
doing.
afternoon. Yeah. Good afternoon to you, the host. It's another time on the clock. And then always been looking forward to this episode because the best you can do for anybody is to encourage them to do good with their health because health is wealth. Nice hooking up with you and then encourage and enjoying all our viewers and listeners all over the world to be attentive and to send in their questions so that we can answer them as dispassionately as ever. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. I really appreciate you joining us once again. I thank you for giving us this privilege. Out of your busy schedule, you give us this opportunity to engage you and also to talk about things that have to do with life and to have to do with our people. And this is not about African alone. It's a global sickness, and also this program is a global broadcast. And that's another thing that make you to become one of the global voice as well. So you are right here on the global voice of the African Portal Radio TV. This is our global voice program whereby we speak to everyone across the globe. So this is a global program that's going viral on our space. It's available on our YouTube, also available on our Facebook. So if you have come across this, please kindly share this program. Let it go viral. Dr. Ojo, thank you very much. Like I mentioned earlier on, we are going to be having this every week. I think we have 13 weeks for this to make sure that we sensitize our program, our community, and to let people aware some of the challenges and problems that they may be facing earthwise. And that is exactly what we are here for. So let's get to the business of the day. Let's look at the topic of today. Let's look at the preventing the high blood pressure and what everyone should know about it. Kindly quickly take us into this. What is it all about and what people need to know about it?
Thank you, the host. Hypertension is one of the medical problems that is very, very common, quite preventable, and is regarded as a silent killer. Everybody knows that because it has no symptoms. It lives and dwells in our body without being aware of it. So the only way is to go for a regular checkup before you know. And this silent killer causes a lot of damages in the body. So it is quite essential to understand the nitty-gritty behind what this disease entails. Hypertension is a very common word. Everybody knows, must have heard about it. And some presently could be taking medications for this particular ailment. But why is it so important to really devote our time in sensitizing the general populace about this? The importance behind this is a silent killer, and we need to unearth the precarious situation that anybody could be while you are keeping to yourself a silent killer. It is regarded, it's a disease of numbers where we put it as normal, abnormal, or a cautious form. The normal level is usually 120/80. And if we could liken it to a traffic light, you have a situation where you have the green, the amber, and red. So the green is when the blood pressure is 120 or less, which is the systolic, and 80 or less, which is the diastolic. The systolic is the one that is measured when the heart beats, and in between regular beats is the one below, which is the diastolic, when the heart is resting. So the green one is the one I've defined as less than 120 or 20 or 120 or less than 80 or 80. And when it goes to the amber, that's from green to amber, is the one we call elevated. Not hypertensive already. There's no hypertension around this time, but it's elevated. So there's a caution. Because when the green traffic light goes to the amber, there is caution. You need to relax. You need to wash your spaces and apply your brake. So at this time, it's between 120 to 129, and the diastolic is still less than 80. So when it crosses to the red, the traffic light crosses to the red, you stop. You don't do anything. And that is why you start paying attention. Why amber? You start looking for clinics, you start checking, you start asking questions, you start, liaising with the health professionals. But when it gets to the red, treatment is necessary. That is when it's above 130/80. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much for that information. We really appreciate it. And a lot of people connecting with us. We also be, I want those of you that are joining us, please kindly glue to your radio or to your handset, or if you are watching us on your TV, kindly glue to it, because there's so many things that you are going to gain from this program this hour. And I quickly want to make sure that we also carry people along. If you are connecting with us outside the Victoria or outside South Africa, you can call us on +27 outside South Africa +27 8424 83384 is the number that you can get us on. You can call us if you need more question or more things to know about this topic that we are discussing this hour. So you can call us on the number that is already on the screen. We will really appreciate that. So kindly be part of this great time, and let's do it together. Together we can make this possible. Together we can make it go viral. So watch and share this program like we are live right now. Kindly watch and share this program. Okay, so let's look at you mentioned that it's a silent killer, and everybody knows that. A lot of people seems not to know. People see it as something that go on with the normal life. So the only way to know that this sickness is there is check up. So what are the things that people need to do especially to check up, to see how if they have this or not?
Yeah, well, good. Suffice to say that there are few things to understand. It has two broad main aspects. There is the primary and there is secondary. The primary is regarded as essential, which has no underlying causes. It is, brought about by age, genetics, and lifestyle choices. We can still discuss into details about that. Then the secondary one is the one that is caused by underlying medical conditions. The underlying medical conditions can range from kidney disease. It could be hormonal, where we call it endocrine disorders, which could be due to overproduction of particular hormone, either from the adrenal gland, or Cushing syndrome from corticosteroid, or from the adrenal, which is the one we call chromocytomas. It could be due to medications, those taking oral contraceptive devices or oral contraceptive prescriptive drugs. It could be due to other things like, pregnancy itself, because pregnancy has a tendency to elevate blood pressure. Those are the causes, and those ones can have various, complications. Other causes could be, deformity in the heart itself, and those people that have problems with sleeping could have problems with it. And then there are other medical problems in the body that we call thyroid problems. If it's elevated, we call it thyrotoxicosis, and even with chromocytoma, production of adrenaline, excessive. Those are secondary causes. So if most people will have the primary, which is the essential one, which accounts for about 90 to 95% of cases in the general population. So it is essential for you, as you are getting older, to go to clinic and check, because this is brought about by age. Genetic could be related to family, and lifestyle choices when you could be obese, you could be having sedentary lifestyle, you not be exercising, you could be eating non-balanced diets, too much of salt, taking alcohol and cigarettes and all the rest. So it is essential to go to clinic. It is the primary level, or you go to your nearest doctor. Then the medical personnel will put the instrument, which is the blood pressure monitoring machine, onto your arm, either left or the right, and will take the blood pressure slowly. The reading will come up. If it's high, it is essential to repeat it. Maybe you wait for about 4 to 6 hours, then you repeat it again before you make an accurate diagnosis of, high blood pressure, which is if it's more than 130/80. And it is now left to the discretion of the health personnel to assess how high. Is it necessary to start treatment or to speak with you about lifestyle modifications, where there will be encouragement on reduction of salt intake, no addition of salt on prepared food, no alcohol intake, no cigarette intake, more relaxation in terms of having adequate rest, adequate sleep, and having balanced diet. Balanced diet in the sense that must be rich in fruits and vegetables, less saturated fats, and various form of vegetables should be included. So these are the things that needs to be studied. And after that, depending on how high, the health professionals may prescribe medications and start from the lowest in different categories and assess why there is continuous checkup. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you very much. So that is exactly what is coming to you from the African Portal, and I'm so excited about your response because a lot of people will be connecting with us. They will be listening to this and they'll be watching this. And why we are putting it together is for people to have the preliminary knowledge of some certain things, some certain diseases or sicknesses that is so rampant in our community and that is can easily killed if care is not taken. And that is what is gaining momentum right here on the African Portal. In the next few hours, I'm going to open the line to give opportunity to people to call in on this program this hour. But right now, we are still here believing that we are going to be doing this together. For those of you that you will be commenting, those of you that will be sharing it, you are the co-host of this program. So kindly join, share, like, let this go viral. The more you share it, the more you give it opportunity to go viral. We are here together to do this. And at the same time, we are here to also sensitize the community. Esal, let's quickly look at some of the people that they already been diagnosed and they are having the issue. They need to take their medication, but they find it difficult to taking their medication constantly. What are the damages? What is in this for them?
Yeah, thank you. There's no gainsaying the fact that somebody that has seen himself or herself as healthy, not on any regimen of medication, which could be boring at times, and suddenly diagnosed of hypertension and given 2 or 3 types of medication. The first problem is compliance. It is not a routine. You're not used to it. So you need to be very careful. You need to have, need to be sure that you are really willing to take good care of your health, to have a routine with this new standard of yours, because things have changed. Regular intake of your medication at the right time is very essential. Once you are used to that, you realize that all the symptoms that you are feeling, either headache, blurry vision, difficulty in sleeping, pains and tiredness, it eases out. You are now relieved. Then it's always better to continue to take it. Other problems that could arise from that are side effects. There are some medications that you could take, especially hypertensive medications, that can make you to wake up 2 or 3 times or 4 times at night to pee. So thereby disturbing your sleeps. So you may be discouraged, and others may cause a bit of sleepless night, Others may have a distasteful taste, and you may not, really appreciate that. Others, especially in men, may cause a bit of loss of libido, and that really discourages men. So if you do have any side effect to any medication you are taking, instead of abandoning it, the best is to go back to your healthcare provider. There are other choices that they can switch you to, and I will still achieve the same purpose, instead of abandoning it and thereby taking a risk that could weigh down your health. So these are common things. And especially if you are staying alone, you don't have companion that could remind you, there should be a routine. Whether you take your medication immediately after you wake up from your bed, or you take your, brush your teeth, or you have your first meal, or when you are going to bed, or you set up alarm. There are other ways to do it that will make it easy and for you not to forget, because it's quite essential that those medication needs to be taken so that your organs are not damaged.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for that. I remember you mentioned that these have two ways. There is high, there is low. Which one is dangerous, and which one can easily kill among the two?
Yeah. Thank you. Like I likened it to a traffic light. Everybody knows that green light is always better. You can move freely, you are at ease. But red is dangerous. You can't move there. So the low one is the green, which you are safe. Once it gets to the red, it is the high, more than 130/80. That is when you are no longer safe. But the safety can still be categorized into a low or high, in the sense that when it's between 130/80 to about less than 140, 100, or 90, yeah, lifestyle modification can still be put into effect without resorting drastically into medication. And this is where, if you are compliant with lifestyle modification, where you have to take good diet, furnished with vegetable, cereals, fruits, and then you engage in regular coordinated exercise, you quit smoking, drinking, and if you are overweight, you need to have either a gym instructor or you have a scheduled program for a regular weight loss that will not have any negative effect on your health. You could still involve the professional assessment of a dietitian so that you are on a very good and balanced diet. These are the things to look into, because if you put that into effect, you may not resort into medication, because not everybody that is diagnosed of hypertension will start with medication at any particular point in time, because there are other type of hypertension that I can just quickly make mention of, because it's called contextual, where it is defined by certain circumstances or environment. The contextual ones are just the white coat. You walk into the doctor's room, your BP goes up, and the doctor takes it, and you have high BP, and you are started on medication, which is not to be so, because when you are at home, your BP is normal. That needs to be looked into. And there is marked hypertension, where when you are either in a clinic or you are in an environment where the BP needs to be, taken, is normal, but at home is high. And there are other ones where we call hypertensive crisis. Those ones are more than 180/120. The systolic is 180, the diastolic is more than 120. In that situation, it needs to be urgently categorized again into urgent or emergency. That hypertensive crisis needs to be classified as urgent or emergency. The urgent one are those high BP without any organ damage, where what I mean by that is your heart, your kidney, your liver are still very normal. Your eyesight is normal, your brain is good. But the emergency one of those or two or three of those organs are affected. So treatment must start immediately. Even it requires urgent admission into an hospital setting where you can be thoroughly examined. Different investigations needs to be done and treatment started. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much for that. I really appreciate it. We are actually putting you on the spotlight because we know you are capable, you are professional, and when a professional is under a topic, the world needs to listen because he's talking from experience and he's talking from the background of the education. And sir, let's quickly look at some of the issues that can cause this. A lot of people say that one of the problem is maybe people's stress, because a lot of people have stress these days. And is this sickness, is it hereditary? Is it something that you can get from your parents? Or most time, is it about being stressed because you want to pay some, you own some people, you want to pay your rent, you have some challenges? Could this be another factor that can cause this sickness?
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. I think we need to be very cautious about the way we define it. Like I said earlier, there are two aspects. One is primary, which is essential. Those ones are influenced. It may not directly be caused, but they are influenced by age, genetics. So that is where hereditary comes in. Genetic is the sense that your parent has it, you are likely, because gene can influence it. And other things that can influence that is lifestyle choices, sedentary lifestyles, overweight, that's obesity, drinking, smoking, no regular exercise. Those ones can influence essential hypertension. And that is why, if those factors are corrected, sometimes without medication, you can be okay. Then, on account of age, it is expected as you age, because hypertension, that blood pressure, is caused by the force through which the blood passes through the arteries. That's through the pipe that carries the blood. And that force is measured. If the force is too much, the walls of the arteries, which is the wall of the pipes, becomes elastic, and they are not compliant. So it will not be able to absorb the pressure, and the pressure is transferred into the organs in the body, and they got damaged. So that is the situation of that. Now, when it comes to the second one, which is the secondary hypertension, definitely the person will need medication because it is just an underlying cause. That underlying medical conditions may or may not be corrected. If it could be corrected, it needs to be corrected, especially when we talk about the kidney, which one of the causes of secondary hypertension. It could be polycystic kidney disease. That's a congenital problem that causes multiple cysts in the kidney. If that could not be corrected, then you start your medication and you continue to take that. It could be renal artery stenosis, where one of the arteries that supplies the kidney is blocked. If it can be fashioned, if it can be corrected, then it's corrected. And then medications can start as soon as possible. Then we have chronic kidney disease, where the kidney continues to deteriorate gradually. You need medication and correct any factors that may contribute to that. So if you take those underlying medical conditions one after the other, treatment is necessary, medication is necessary. Like a production, which we call pheochromocytoma, where there's a production of excessive adrenaline by the adrenal glands in the body. The adrenal gland is an organ that is on top of the kidney. If it produces excessive adrenaline, it's either you go surgically and you remove that, or you take medication to reduce it. So those are the situations where medications are very, very essential to cope with. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, everyone joining us. Thank you so much. Remember, this is just about 30 minutes program. We know that doctor is very busy and we still have a lot of things that he needs to do before the day runs out. And we are not going to bore you. We are not going to make it too long. We just want to make sure that we address the issue. We give the solution. Doctor, in 1 minute before we get out of your way, can you please advise the people listening to us across the world and let them know how important that we needs to do checkup, and they also needs to look after themselves, eat balanced diet, exercise, and rest?
Good. It's we cannot underplay that factor, it is quite essential that everybody must go for regular checkup. Mostly, if we categorize it on account of age, anybody above 40 years, either a man or woman, must do a regular checkup. No matter how fit you are, you need to go, if it's once or twice, to your doctor to do a complete regular checkup. And from there, the doctor will now tell you whether to come back in 6 months, a year, or 2 years. So, and there are different type of doctors you can go to, or medical personnel you can go to. You can start from your clinic. If something is untoward, the clinic personnel will refer you to the next level of treatment, and that will be taken to the next level. So if you underplay your health, if you don't pay attention to it, if you are if you decide to engage yourself with other things, you may not be able to enjoy those things if the health comes back and is not in good shape. Please, you are reminded, you are enjoined, you are encouraged to do regular checkups, because that is the foundation of good health. Thank you.
All right, that is the foundation of good health. We are connecting to a few people from Nigeria. Some people are calling from South Africa, but we are having some network issue. Their call is coming in, but we are unable to establish the call with them. So we will keep on trying that number. I mean, you keep on trying that number, then you can. Okay, let me just say, I think we already have someone joining us, calling in to be part of this conversation. I really appreciate you calling us. Right now, we are talking. We have Dr. Ademola Tosin Ojo with us in the house that we are having the conversation. This is a sensational program whereby we also sensitize our community about some sickness or some diseases that needs attention, that can easily kill, and one needs to pay attention to. And thank you for joining us. I just want you to let us know where you're calling from, and also what you want to let us, or the question you have for doctor on high blood pressure. Hello, yes. Yeah, are you there? Good afternoon.
Yeah, doctor, I'm happy to be here this afternoon. So, doctor,
thank you.
I want to ask a question concerning the rate of high blood pressure, and what are the ways we can use to suppress high blood pressure, especially in Africa, that what we are eating, sometimes we don't have what it takes to eat. In most of the African country, we don't really eat what we eat. But actually, we like to eat, but we only eat what comes our way. Doctor, in what way do you think we can reduce the rate of high blood pressure in our community? That's my first question to the doctor.
Okay.
Dr. Ademola Ojo. Let's do. Then the other question is, if the high blood pressure, is it hereditary, or what are those things that we that cause it? If it is hereditary, how can we stop the chain of high blood pressure in one family?
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you so very much. You just joined us. We are live on the Facebook. We also are live on our YouTube channel. Also, we're live on other social media. Join us and let's do it together as we give Doctor chance to answer your question. Doctor, the two questions, I think the second one, you already deal with it. That is this high blood pressure, is it hereditary? If it's hereditary, how can one stop it in a lineage or in a family? That is the second question. But the first question is very, very important. In a continent where people eat what they find, it's not what you want to eat. You eat what you see. So eating balanced diet is not something that is so rampant in Africa, because you just go for whatever you can afford. You want to use balanced diet, but there's no money to buy it. So what can one do, especially in Africa, to reduce the high blood pressure?
Thanks for that question. I do appreciate that. And the answer is quite simple and practicable, in the sense that it's just unfortunate that in an African setting, we have a lot of arable lands for farming, for vegetables, for fruits. But most of us, would prefer to reside in the urban area, not engaging in farming, because the best thing you can do to reduce on a community level hypertension is to focus on good lifestyle habits. Eat fruits and vegetables. If we can encourage our farmers to produce enough, we have enough land, arable land, produce enough on a community level, engage in farming activities, even if you are having a white collar job. Like myself, I have farm. So it's good to be engaged in that so that you can eat fresh from the farm. If we should look backward with our forefathers, most of them are not having most of all these problems because they eat balanced diet, fruits, vegetables at no cost. Then on the community level, we should engage ourselves in regular moderate exercises. Each community should be able to afford to build not sophisticated gym, environment, but moderate one that the community can easily go there and do regular exercise where we encourage ourselves. Because if you should engage in farming, that is an activity. You engage in regular exercise, you can coordinate, and the cost is less. If you can do that, more than 50% of this hypertension is solved because you have regular intake, you discourage yourself from alcohol and drugs, then you have moderate weight, you are fit. And that is one of the best way, lifestyle modification, because not everybody that is diagnosed, if the BP is not high, still less than 140/90, you still qualify for lifestyle modification where all this thing comes in. And that takes care of, if you have enough farming activities and you can get enough crops, you eat healthy, you don't buy much, and you don't buy most of all the genetic modifying foodstuffs. With that, a lot of it is settled. And in terms of the second question is hereditary and not hereditary. The essential hypertension, which is the primary one, is influenced by gene. So by so doing, hereditary comes into play. So if your parents are hypertensive, you need to be more careful because as you are growing older, you are likely to develop primary hypertension. But in terms of that, they are easily and more treatable because it has no underlying medical cause. It is only when you neglect it that it affects the organ in the body. So it's always essential to go for a regular checkup if your parents are having that, because some parents may have stroke, may have heart attack. You may be prone to that as you are growing older and it still boils down to what we eat. You have, fried these and most refined food. They are very high in cholesterol, but these fruit and vegetables are very less, and it's quite essential. And you see, it's a mix. Everything is interconnected. If we take it from the simplest area, most of the major problems are rightly solved. So it's partly hereditary because genetics plays a huge role in primary hypertension, unlike the one that has an underlying cause, which is secondary. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. We'll not be able to continue receiving calls. We have a lot of calls coming in, but the time will not permit us to take some of the calls. But you can go to our comment section, put your question there, and so your comment there. We will appreciate your feedback. And also, this program is available on Ademola Ojo space as well. You can go to Dr. Ademola Tosin Ojo on Facebook. You will find this program there and watch it as well. This is one of the great leaders of our time that say that let's sensitize our community. I will dedicate my time every Wednesday. I'll be coming on to also educate our people about some sickness that is happening in our community and about some diseases that can easily kill, but you can find a way around it to make sure that you stay alive. And remember, health is wealth. Thank you very much, Dr. Ademola Ojo. Sometimes I feel like calling you Professor Ademola Ojo, but I think the professorship is on the way. So sometimes I feel like calling you Professor Ademola Ojo. Possibly that is one of the things that is on the pipeline that we have not known about. But Thank you very much for coming out. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. I believe next week we are coming back to also have this good program. We're not going to stretch it beyond normal because of your time. It's not easy to take a doctor, especially a medical doctor, to take them around this time because this is a busy time for them. But thank you very much, sir, for coming out to be part of this conversation. I really appreciate it. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you. Interesting. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, everyone. That is exactly what is happening right here on the African Portal Radio TV International. We have Dr. Ojo with us in the house that's come out to come and tell us about the high blood pressure, how you can reduce it, how you can avoid it, and also how you can stay healthy. Remember, health is wealth, and that is exactly what is going on the African Portal. We are coming back next week. We're going to have another segment of this program where we bring Dr. Ojo, where we put Dr. Ojo on the spotlight to also talk about issues and things that have to do with health on the African Portal Radio. Remember, Dr. Ojo is the chairman of the Pumalanga, APC Pumalanga, and also a medical doctor and a great leader of our community, and is doing so well in his own right. Kindly keep watching it. There are some of the time that we covered during the time that we have conversation with him, and also when they are inaugurating him as the chairman of the Pumalanga, APC Pumalanga. We cover the moment, and also we put that on the spotlight for you to see in case if you miss that day, just for you to see. Keep watching. Keep sharing. This is African Portal. Africa is our business. This is the voice of Africa, the African Portal. I'm Dari Oluson. Why we're coming out every day is to make sure that we have a better community, a great nation, and also a beautiful environment. That is what we are looking forward to, and that is what we want to say. Believe that Africa is our business, and unity of Africa is very paramount. We cannot negotiate it. We are first Africa before we become whatever we become. So let's embrace that. Let's believe that. Let's see sense in that. Don't let us go on and on and on and on, blow this trumpet of hatred. It's not going to take us anywhere. For us to see the progress in this continent, Africa, we need to unite. We need to be together in our thinking, also in our ideology. So let's change the narrative. That is what the African Portal is saying. Change the narrative, get out of the mindset of hatred and get into the mindset of loving yourself, believing in yourself, because when you love yourself, you will love the person next to you. That is the message coming to you from the African Portal Radio TV International. Keep watching it, keep sharing it. Let's hear what Dr. Ademola Ojo have for us in this last segment before we say goodbye. Bye.
Known as APC, known as Pumalanga, rather than what they've been used to, Pretoria, Johannesburg, Cape Town, Durban, Pumalanga has come on stage and is going to be brighter than any of the provinces.
Ola, you have took the oath of office. As a matter of fact, when I interviewed you earlier on, you don't have the broom in your hand and you don't have the banner. Right now, you have the APC cap on your head. As also, I have it as well. Sir, how happy are you about the program today? You look at the program. Are you satisfied with the turnout? Are you satisfied with how everything went?
Yeah, I would say, without any reservations, that I'm very happy with the turnout. I'm very happy the way the proceedings went, and I wish to state that even from my speech, it came out that there are teething problems in Nigeria ethnicities, where people want to take a side. But what we are doing today is to make sure we unite ourselves across either party lines, ethnic line, or religious line, so that APC becomes one, unlike what has been practiced before. This is a new dawn. There's new water in the bottle, and this is a different kettle of fish. We have to stay by it and do what is needful, and that is what I promised. The turnout, to me, is quite good, because before, events has been done like this where you just see 2 or 3 people. Though we started late, but at the end, it justifies the means, and I can boldly say that I'm glad. And I respect people that came today to honor us, and they can see that, no, it's quite good. Thanks for that.
What is the road ahead now? What is the way forward? Now you are the chairman. Earlier you are not, you are just upcoming chairman, but right now you are the chairman. What is the way forward now?
Yeah, like I said before, I'm not saddled. I have the broom with me, I have the flag. I've been given the task. Been given the power. Then I need to use it in such a way that it benefits mankind. It benefits humanity. It benefits APC members and by extension, Nigerians. The Nigerians and the APC members in Mpumalanga should be able to feel that there's a different and there's new king in town where they can run to in terms of welfare, in terms of job, in terms of legal issues, and we can provide, a helping hands, and we can provide that shoulders for them they can cry on to. And at the same time, we want to portray Nigerians in Mpumalanga in a positive light. We want to take out the negative image that Nigerians have had over the years, especially in Mpumalanga. We want them to know that there's a new sheriff in town who is here to rub minds with every person in Mpumalanga, so that when we chart a new course, we have a direction and we can be able to beat our chest and say we have really delivered. And that is the task ahead.
All right, thank you very much, Honorable Dr. Ojo. Congratulations for your new office, and we believe that it's going to be a very smooth one. Thank you very much, the African Portal. We congratulate you, and we believe this is the beginning of beginning. Congratulations once again. Thank you for your time.
Thanks so much.